In today's video, how to handle the Thanksgiving feast and still reach your fat loss goals. What's going on? It's Pro Physique Coach Ben Berluti here, and today I'm going to give you guys some guidelines and some tips for success leading into Thanksgiving, okay? Hey, we're entering the holiday season. This is a time to spend time with family, enjoy some food, but we still want to stay on track with our goals, right? So let's say you are on a fat loss plan where you're tracking your calories, your macros, you're in a calorie deficit, you're making progress towards your goals, you're doing your cardio, your weight training, and now we got Thanksgiving coming up. There are 3 things you can do to stay on track and win the day this Thanksgiving. Number 1, plan ahead of time, okay? We don't want to enter the Thanksgiving feast with the family super ravenous and super hungry. If we starve ourselves earlier in the day, that whole turkey, all of the pies are gonna look super appetizing and hard to stay away from eating all of them or extra portions of them, right? So, my biggest recommendation is earlier in the day, have a meal that's decently high in volume, moderate to low in calories, that has an emphasis on protein. Here's an example: an egg white and veggie omelet with a bowl of oatmeal. So if I have 150 grams of eggs, heck, let's say I throw in 1 whole egg, some healthy fats, okay, and extra protein. Have some veggies along with that, saute some peppers, onions, throw in some spinach, tomato, whatever you like in an omelet, right? It's gonna give it some volume, right? And maybe I'm having 40 grams or half a cup of oats, and I'm having that along with my omelet. That meal I just gave you, that's 50 grams of carbs, 10 fat, 40 to 45 grams of protein. Rather low in calories, but it's going to be somewhat satiating. This way, leading into the meal later in the day, you already had some protein, which is good because we want to be able to get close to our protein target, right? And also, we're going to be not ravenous, right? But we're going to be hungry enough that we still can enjoy the food, right? So that's step 1. Have a meal earlier in the day and don't starve yourself going in, okay? And to go along with that initial step, maybe try to get some exercise in earlier in the day. Hey, let's say we're getting together with family at 2 p.m. for our Thanksgiving feast, right? Okay, cool. Maybe in the morning, we're going for a 20-minute jog outside, right? Just a nice little jog. And that way, we're able to get some exercise done. Heck, if you're able to go lift weights, maybe we're doing a condensed workout. In fact, I just put a video on my channel going over a 30-minute weightlifting and cardio workout that you can knock out on a day such as Thanksgiving. Very effective, very tough, and we're getting in and out of the gym. If that's not possible, let's say you're staying with family, maybe you guys are all cooking together, totally fine. The most important thing is that you are present with your loved ones, and that's more important than going, oh, I can't hang out with you guys until X time because I got to do my exercise so I don't throw myself off track. No, okay? We want to spend time for our loved ones and again, be present with them. To go along with the initial step, have some diet soda and sugar-free gum handy. Like if I get to the event and let's say there's alcohol and I want to have a drink, but I'm like, I don't want those extra calories, have a Diet Coke, a Diet Root Beer, Diet Sprite, whatever it is, because sweet, somewhat satiating, kind of scratches that itch, if you will, right? Gum, another fantastic option. If I'm chewing gum when I get there, maybe the hors d'oeuvres are not going to look as, enticing, and I can just have the meal later on. When we get to the meal, step 2 comes into play, portion control. Look, on Thanksgiving, there's likely going to be a bunch of food. Turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, roasted vegetables, mac and cheese, all the desserts, right? It can be a little overwhelming. I can understand that. Here's my biggest recommendation. Let's say we've got our plate of food, right? Okay, hey, let's fill up our plate with some food. Let's have some turkey. Pick a few things you want, right? Have some turkey. Have some mashed potatoes. Have some stuffing. Maybe put in some green beans there. Whatever it is, right? Portion control is going to be your friend. Have a little bit of everything, perhaps, right? Enjoy that, okay? We had a lower calorie meal earlier in the day, so we're not super starving at this point, but we are kind of hungry. So we're gonna enjoy that. The dosage is the poison, if you will, right? If I have a modest amount of anything, something that is there, let's say it's something super high in calories, like, some kind of potato casserole that's pretty much just butter and cheese and all that good stuff. Hey, if I just have, a modest amount of it and not all of it, I'm going to be just fine because it's one day of the year. Let's say it's a family recipe that's been passed down for years and, your grandma really wants you to have it or something. Then have it, right? You'll be just fine, okay? When it comes to dessert, if there's 6 pies there, you're like, oh, I'm really tempted by the apple, the chocolate cream, the lemon meringue, the pumpkin pie. Hey, maybe we're having just a normal size piece of pie from one of them, and maybe 2 if we can't decide between some of the other ones, right? But maybe we're not having all 6, and maybe we're not having the whole pie, right? By the way, go with the apple pie. But the point being, portion control is going to be your best friend, okay? Another thing, move around. Don't be glued to the couch all day watching football. Maybe at halftime, we're going for a nice little walk outside. Maybe we're bringing the family along with us. In fact, if you're able to get your family maybe early in the day to work out with you, it could be like a family fun event, right? I know that's not feasible for everyone, but it's a good option. I've done it before with the family, and it's always really fun. Holidays are about making memories, and that's one way to do it. So maybe if we're chatting with our loved ones or something and socializing with them, maybe we're standing around, maybe we're moving around a little bit, maybe we're helping clean up afterwards, right? Just moving around. Again, not just being totally stationary, glued to that couch. The last step 3, I kind of gave it away already, but be present with your loved ones, guys, okay? If you're super stressed about going, oh, I don't want to eat too much food. I don't want to throw myself off track. Oh, I'm going to go in the other room because I don't want to be around the food. No, guys, we got to make this time a time to focus on making memories, spending time with loved ones, because we don't get this time back. We don't have time with loved ones forever, right? Take full advantage of that, okay? And you'll be just fine. Those are some tips for success. I want to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the time with family. We'll talk soon. Bye now.